Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ring Post Radio, the spookiest podcast this side of the Mississippi. I'm your host, Ryan Knightsey. With me, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, Scotty Edwards. Scotty, we're back. The boys are back in town for a spooky episode. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Scotty, how you doing, buddy? It's been a while.
Yeah, I haven't been on this in like weeks, huh? I just
I think
realized.
2 weeks?
Yeah, I didn't do the show 2 weeks ago. We didn't do a show last week. So yeah, I've been gone for a while. Also, welcome Mark to the show. Mark's the ghost above me. Shouts out Mark.
What about the ghost below you, Scotty?
Yeah, no, that's a little bitch. You don't get a name. Yeah, no, I'm excited to be back. I have no clue what I've missed, if we're being honest, in the past couple weeks. Because time is a lie. But I've been busy. I've been really busy. Yeah.
Yeah, this is as much us catching up with each other the past couple weeks as it. So you've been busy. What's been going on? Anything you could give to the people?
Yeah, so last weekend was the wedding. So that was that took up pretty much my entire week 2 weeks ago. It essentially took up my week this week, because let me tell you, brother, I was freaking tired.
Yeah.
When it was all over. It's not even my wedding, by the way. I was just in the wedding.
Yeah. Were you the best man? I think is what I remember calling.
I was a groomsman.
Groomsman. Ooh.
It was me and then family of the groom. So that was pretty cool. I napped twice on Sunday when I got home. Not once, twice.
Nice.
Yeah. And then on Monday, I napped again. On Tuesday, I napped again. I was finally caught up on sleep by Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it was a long day, but it was a fantastic day on last Saturday. Wouldn't have passed it up for the world. I think I went 24 hours full in the end, awake. So that was pretty cool.
Damn.
But no, it was wonderful. And I guess now I'm back here. We didn't do a show earlier this week because Ryan had one of his many issues.
Well, so I got updates.
Yeah, we also were really bad at discussing it as well.
Yeah. We not only did I have my issues, whatnot, I got updates on my issues, apparently.
So scientific issues.
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago we were going to record with each other on a Monday, and then I dropped out and you dropped out because I dropped out because I got a migraine, and then you dropped out for something else.
The next day I couldn't go.
And then the next day, you were busy still with like the wedding stuff, and you were like, I can maybe do this, and I was like, oh, I'm dropping out. I just got a migraine, and then I did it solo the next day. The week after that, we were like, oh, let's just not do anything. The week after that is when things got real bad for me because apparently, Scotty, do we have breaking audio news? We need to get breaking audio.
We need to do a lot of things, but we don't do any of them. Okay, here, I can give you breaking news.
Breaking news. So apparently, a new thing that I have is well, hold on. What is the actual word?
Oh, this is a better breaking news one.
The word on the street is.
I'm trying to give you so much time at playing all these things, and you just.
Okay, here we go. It is cervical radicalopathy. Don't know how to pronounce it. Basically, it's the idea. Basically, the idea is that there is something in my neck. I'm getting an X-ray to get it confirmed what it specifically is, but something in my neck where like one of my vertebrae is basically pinching on one of the nerves in my neck, which is causing a loss of feeling down my shoulder and shoulder blade, down the backside of my tricep, forearm, and finger.
Not great, Jim.
Pins and needles and whatnot. But then also, my migraines were getting like worse. Turns out, not migraines, cervical headaches, which are different apparently, and apparently slightly worse.
So what you're telling me is this is probably our last show for a while because Ryan needs to get fixed.
Well, the good news is that the fix tends to be just getting physical therapy for a couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
So I got the referral for that for 4 to 6 weeks of physical therapy. I just have to schedule it and do it.
The show goes on.
The show goes on. My doctor is very thankful.
Most important.
My doctor is very thankful because apparently she thinks that we maybe have caught it early. I guess. Because obviously if it gets worse, the worst part of it is that if it gets worse and it starts like impeding on like blood vessels in your neck, obviously, because there's a lot of blood vessels in your neck, obviously, then that would cause a stroke. So
Jesus Christ.
To answer your question, Scotty, why did this happen? I don't know. I don't know what's happened in my body where all of a sudden my neck. My guess is just poor posture, just being like a tall person and trying to accommodate to life.
Ryan,
what's up? What's up, Scotty?
I came to this show with the idea of saying some funny stuff along the way.
We're still gonna. I assume. Well, to be fair, Scotty, I don't think we have ever said funny stuff on the show.
I disagree. I'm a funny guy.
Boy Summer.
If anything, Mark's the funny one.
Shout out, Mark. You pointed the wrong way, by the way.
Oh, I can't tell. On my screen, he's here.
Oh, yeah, that was good. Shout out, Mark. But yeah, I expect to do all these different things. I had planned talking points in my head because I've been silenced for weeks.
By your own accord.
Hold on. This week was not my fault. Sure. Well, it was, but it wasn't. It was both. It's been both times, okay, buddy? When you have two problems, you don't get a whatever. Shut up.
Yeah.
But my point was, I had so many things to riff on, and then you come in here like, oh yeah, by the way, if I waited any longer, I'd get a stroke. Yeah, all right, man.
I would turn into this ghost down here. I don't know which way to point now.
You turn into a no-namer. That'd be tough.
Yeah,
and I'd just be like Mark, all by myself, just chilling. A spider.
So, well, the good news is that
This is great for people that listen on podcasts. By the way.
I know. Shout out to our audio listeners.
Mark's actually the new mascot of Ring Post Radio.
I'm fine with that. Can we? Is that a copywritten ghost? Can we actively just rip him? I don't know. We'll find that out. Anyways, I would have become a ghost, but I'm just gonna get some physical therapy. I got some muscle relaxers too. That could help.
Nice.
Loosen up my neck and fall asleep, I guess. That's the spookiness of the show. Scotty, I'm glad the wedding was a success. I imagine they got wed.
They did get.
Did they get married?
They did. That was like the quickest part of the entire day. Was the actual ceremony.
Let me ask this question. Oh, what was it? Let me ask this question, because as we all know, with my medical history, speaking of my medical history, Scotty, and weddings, as longtime listeners know, my wedding, I had a kidney stone.
Yeah, classic, Ryan.
Speaking of, Scotty, if you can imagine how busy you were during that wedding, and then throw in a kidney stone, just imagine.
No.
Yeah, that's fair. I like to ask this question sometimes with weddings, and you might have a perspective on it to a certain degree, just being a groomsman. What was the most chaotic thing that went wrong of the week of the wedding?
I think it was I know this answer. Men's Warehouse, not to call them out or anything, but I'm calling them out. Didn't give the groom's dad his vest.
Okay.
So like he didn't learn about that until the day of the wedding, and that was not good. I would even argue it was bad. So they had to like completely change the looks for them. That was really bad. Yeah, that's at least on the groomsman side.
So they got you guys all got all the suits through Men's One House. The groomsmen had their own looks, and then the dads had their own separate look.
Yeah, so they just did like a bow tie with a jacket instead of vest. Which, by the way, can I just say, Men's Warehouse sucks ass.
I agree.
Awful. awful place. Need to put that out there. They stink. Let's see what else. I don't think anything else was too bad.
That's great.
Everything went pretty good. Driving into Boston was the worst part of my day. So yeah, I bought parking a little ways down the street, right, for like a couple bucks. And I pull in, they're like, "Your truck is oversized." I was like, "My truck is a normal sized truck. What are you talking about?" They're like, "Oh, you're gonna pay this?" And I was like, "Oh, okay. Let me go to the bank." I never went back. But yeah, just that. That was probably the one bad thing. But overall, great time, great wedding. I was out for so long that day. I outlasted, which is unique because despite me being up forever, I don't usually outlast people like when it comes to being out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can be awake for a long time, but
you're
yeah,
not like a night hitting the town.
No, not at all. But boy, oh boy, I guess I was on that day for some reason because going from 7 to 7 was on my cup of tea. But hey, it was great. It's fine.
Great. That's lovely.
I'm alive.
Can't
complain.
The wedding was beautiful.
Oh yeah, it was great. Saw a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a long time, so that was cool. They did get married, so that's obviously a very important part of it. No, yeah, it was lovely.
That's lovely. That's lovely to hear. I'm glad it was a good time had by all.
Way too many photos. I'm just kidding. That's part of the wedding. I think they took like 1 million photos. I was like, good luck.
Oh yeah, when all the groomsmen and the bride and groom go off and do the photos in between,
and then we get kicked out, and then like they're still taking photos. Like, man,
yeah, we took
for the special day though, baby.
We took so many because then it's just the groom and all the groomsmen, and then it's the bride and all the bridesmaids, and then it's the bride and the groom, and then it's the bride and groom and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's a never ending combo, but yeah, it was cool to be a part of, and I'm tired thinking about it.
I love it.
Now I'm getting back to normal life. I'm still very busy, but that part took up a lot of like the past month. So now it's more normal busy than just like this added on to kind of being like I have to be here, there. But yeah, overall
it works out kind of well because October, as we discussed previously, and kind of worked out with missing some episodes. October was a light month for wrestling, and with November around the corner, we're going to pick up the pace a little bit as we get into December as well. So
as long as I wasn't busy in December, really, that was the main problem. I think I missed like one more show the rest of the year overall.
Yeah.
Based on my math in my head. So, I definitely missed a show that week. There will not be a makeup. I am on fire, but it's fine. Ryan will know ahead of time, so he'll have someone other than Mark to join him.
I believe I told you one time already about a show missing in 2026.
Yeah, you said that. I was like, oh, that's okay. I'm not going to remember that. Sounds good. Wasn't it like an important one?
Yeah, I would argue. For the biggest.
It's WrestleMania week. That's right.
Jesse's maid of honor is being wed, and that is WrestleMania weekend.
That'll do it.
So I told Jesse, I was like, well, because Jesse's in the bridal party, obviously. Yeah. I was just sort of like, well, whenever I'm not needed, I'll be watching wrestling, I guess.
Shit.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Good on me for remembering though, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It was that's better. Missing that's better than missing like the Wrestle Kingdom week though. I'll trade that any day.
That's fair. Because the Wrestle Kingdom
week also end of year stuff, and it's like this is when we can really pump out some content. WrestleMania is like, who gives a shit?
WrestleMania is like here the two big shows, obviously, and then like here's some indie stuff that we enjoyed, and like I was gonna say maybe a Ring of Honor, but probably not happening anymore.
We'll just have such a sick late show.
Yeah, it might be like a Monday, realistically speaking.
A Monday.
I might be able to do that on a Monday or something. Anyways,
well, speaking of wrestling on Sunday, so actually Actually, probably smart.
Speaking of wrestling, and I'm glad we know when WrestleMania is happening. By the way, I'm sure everyone's seen that video that went around circulating.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're supposed to talk about wrestling on the show.
Apparently.
I haven't talked about wrestling outside of like a few videos talk about one singular show in weeks. So
well, then perfect.
That's fun for me.
Perfect.
This is fun for me. Don't get me started on certain things though, or we're on Rant City.
Well, I was gonna ask you. I feel like that's the Rant City. I was gonna ask you. We're obviously on this episode. We're gonna discuss the last couple matches from the Hiroshi Tanahashi Final Homecoming show, which had the Takeshita versus Hiroki Goto title defense. We're going to talk about Stardom and Crimson Nightmare tomorrow, preview that show for tomorrow, or a couple hours, technically, I guess, whatever. Scotty's jazzed for that. And we'll also give like a little bit of ice cold takes for Marigold Sumo Hall show from, was it Grand Destiny?
Review. That's great. Grand Destiny.
We'll talk about that from last week. But if you thought that was ice cold, I did just want to get your quick 3-week-old thoughts, anything from Wrestle Dream that happened so many moons ago.
Brother, couldn't remember a show less if I tried. Yeah. I did have a resounding take coming out of that show though. That I guess holds true now is that I've never been more bored with AEW.
Yeah.
Bored. Yeah. Bored's the word. Not like, oh, this is stupid. This is, angry. Like we've had those moments, right? Shout out MJF.
Shout out. Big ups. Big downs.
Big ups. Big ups.
Yeah, I think in that circumstance it's a big downs.
Mark would kick your ass. Yeah, no, that was my big takeaway from that show. I was like, I am officially bored with this company, which I don't know if that's like a bad thing.
It's definitely happened before with you. I know for certain.
Yeah, that's for sure. But I'm like, this isn't me saying like, oh, this is a bad product. I just don't care.
Yeah.
Like I watched that full show. Oh, and also I think this is part of it. I think I'm getting too used to the AEW pay-per-view style where I'm just like all gas, no brakes. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I think it's maybe the style.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. Maybe I'm just being a little extra harsh. I don't know, but I think that kind of just goes with American pro wrestling for me now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel similar with AEW of like I'm a little bored, a little sleepy on them.
You're bored,
but it's like I feel like that stretches like not even just like American, but like so much like the world of professional wrestling right now is just like something happened, something interesting happened.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just saying AEW because you asked me about it.
Yeah. Of course.
I'm definitely bored.
Yeah.
And I don't really watch weekly TV. I watch like a match here and there. So like I'll watch Bandito and Dorada or something.
But overall, watch the outstanding closing twist segment of Hangman Adam Page dressed like Tony Schiavone.
Haven't seen that yet, but
don't worry. I thought it was the worst shit I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was awful.
Everyone said it was good. Well, it was funny, so I never
I thought it was the worst executed thing I've ever seen. It was so bad. It took forever.
That's bad. As bad as how they've handled Blood and Guts, because that's been pretty bad.
That's just been like weirdly confusing for no reason.
Hey, listen, I laughed when I saw the match graphic. I was like, I didn't know half of these people were going to be in this match.
Wait, the match graphic is out?
For the women's one?
No, I hadn't seen the match graphic yet.
This is going to be a first time reaction. You're going to see it and be like, oh, all right. It's a great number of people. Just
that they're doing a men's Blood and Guts as well, I assume.
Yeah, of course, because what's better than one Blood and Guts match? Two.
All right, we got on one side Mercedes Moné,
which is everyone's big shock.
Yeah,
she never being a bloody
Megan Bain, Marina Shafir,
of course,
which would have been 100% Penelope Ford.
Why wouldn't they be in it?
The top gods, as it were, and then the Triangle of Madness, obviously.
Yeah, so the actual people we knew. Yeah.
The other people knew. The 3 new faces, or heels rather, were the Top Gods, Penelope Ford injured, replaced with Marina Shafir, and then Mercedes Moné, which is interesting. But when it goes back to like what I've said on like Hall of Fame audio and the ballad and everything of like what Mercedes is doing is to be actively historic wrestler, and it's like, oh, Mercedes being in the first women's blood and guts match for AEW, yeah, that makes sense. On the side, here we go. We got Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata. We knew about them. Willow and Harley. That makes sense. Chris Statton, Tony Storm is the one that sticks out like a sore thumb to me, weirdly. But also, the person I'm probably most excited outside of Chris and Willow, you know?
Yeah.
Do you think Mercedes is going to bleed in this match?
Nope.
Me neither.
She's going to be the Okada from last year. Remember Okada was in Blood and Guts? People forget that.
He was.
You know what this match is to me? What's all of our women's stories? What if we just put them in the same match?
That's what most of the Blood and Guts matches are.
Well, that's not true.
What do you mean?
It's usually like the Elite versus the Blackpool Combat Club. That's one story.
Oh, look at the men's one. We got the Death Riders, Moxley, Pac.
That's one factor.
Danny Garcia and Claudio versus Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Mark Briscoe.
It's 4-on-4?
5-on-5.
5-on-5. Sure. I hate Blood and Guts, so this literally does not matter to me. I don't like Blood and Guts.
It's 5-on-5, but then the women's is 6-on-6.
Hey, you want to hear something disgusting?
6-on-6s.
There's 4 War Games / Blood and Guts match happening in the month of November.
Yep.
4.
Strap in, baby.
Why are they all doing them at the same time?
I don't know.
What?
I'm interested to see how AEW pulls it off. Just because, like, you know, we talked about like when WWE does like multiple
I'd be
Royal
willing
Rumbles.
To bet you Blood and Guts will happen.
I'm promised it as such, but like we talk about all the time when like WWE does these like multiple gender specific Royal Rumbles, Chambers, Survivor Series matches or whatever. You know, we always talk about how like the amount of creative ideas that have to flow to make both things interesting has to be incredibly high. And I think WWE tends to push a lot of the more creative ideas towards the men's side. And then they have, you know, Sky jump off the top in a trash can in the other side, which I've seen, I think, 6 times now.
I pop that every time. That's the only part I look forward to.
It rules, but I've seen it, I think, in every single women's Blood and Guts or War Games.
No, she did tell a story about how she practiced that. She just said, I just kind of did it.
There's no way to practice it. You can't see anything. You just got to do it.
Do you like their new catchphrase for this thing?
What?
1 cage, 2 rings, 3 words. Yeet.
Hilarious.
Wrong gimmick.
I'm interested to see how the women and men's Blood and Guts stuff figure itself out. You know, in terms of that.
Hey man, listen, I'm not excited.
Mm-hmm.
But you
sleepy.
But
that's what I'm describing it as.
Well, no, I'm not excited because I hate Blood and Guts. I hate War Games.
Yeah.
That's just. I'm more excited for the women's one though, because like I think Willow might just, you know, Willow's gonna go crazy. I'm fascinated to see how Mercedes does.
I'm fascinated about how Mercedes does. Willow, Chris, Tony, I all feel very strong with.
Yeah.
And then Tekla is another person on the other side that I'm like, I can't wait to see what Tekla does, because I know Tekla's gonna be
might bleed like crazy.
Harley Cameron.
Yeah, she just seems like the one that's kind of psycho and be like, yeah,
she's the Matt Menard of the group.
Shouts out.
She's the one that's going to go extremely bloody, like Muto scale blood, and she's going to cut a promo that you're like, holy shit, is this the promo of the year?
This has been a convo bit recently. I mean, overall in the history of AEW, but again, recently it's come up with between the handling of women's Blood and Guts and the tag tournament or lack thereof. I know it just started, but whatever it is. And I've seen people say, like, you know, they continue like, if Tony Khan didn't have to have women's wrestling, he wouldn't. That's probably true.
It's not no way. I don't think that's true. I don't think that.
I mean, he didn't grow up on women's wrestling, so he like
Sure.
So like I don't know. It's he doesn't help himself sometimes with these things. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't necessarily feel like it's true. I feel like he is probably somebody that didn't really grow up in women's wrestling, but did see like the All Japan women's tapes every once in a while, right? And I think a reason why for a long time women's wrestling wasn't pushed well in AEW is because the division wasn't necessarily that great. And now
I agree, but
now we're at a point where it's like actively good.
Well, that's why I think people are angrier again.
Well, people have been angry about women's wrestling in this company since 2019.
For sure. I'm just saying, like, it feels like it's the anger is reappearing. I think it was quiet for a little bit, and I don't really know.
Which, by the way, to me, look, just go remove the context of it all. We are having women's tag team tournament for the first time in AEW history, for crowning new women's tag team champions, and we're having the first ever women's blood and guts match. We're actively giving women's wrestlers more things to do, and more TV time and all that sort of stuff. And people are upset about.
People are upset because it's not as well planned as they want it to be.
Yeah. Which I think is fair.
Blood and guts also terribly planned.
I think that's fair because I think the booking in general has not necessarily been that great right now.
For me, the bigger problem was the blood and guts planning.
Sure.
I think that was very poorly done.
It was just weird.
And then they said it and then they forget it. Like that's literally what happened.
Well, then the storyline became like Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata put out this challenge and have the Triangle of Madness haven't accepted yet. However, we're still advertising the Blood and Guts show.
However,
in Greensboro.
In 3 weeks,
It's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
like, it's the sort of thing of like
AEW.
the New Japan, what New Japan doesn't do of like, we're not going to advertise something until this show takes place.
Right.
And we get the results and then we move on.
Yeah, I think for me, I think overall the big struggle is just AEW. Period. I mean, I think there's something to complain about in every part of the promotion, and it's pretty easy to do so. Like, I mean, the women's stuff's also like the Mercedes direction that we've talked about on this show, or lack thereof. Now she has one, I guess, kind of. She's going for the world title.
Did you hear my audio on Wrestle Dream from a couple weeks ago?
I heard some of it.
I had the theory that, especially with Willow and the women's tag tournament,
love the show. That's what I heard.
And Mercedes Moné, I was like, I think what happened was a classic case of AEW booking hamster wheel effect, where we were waiting for the women's tournament to start, and because of for whatever reason we had to wait, the women's division just like for an entire pay-per-view cycle was put on a hold.
Yeah,
and it was like, going back to not title versus title, but Mercedes going for the world title yet again versus Chris Stat. It's like, this feels like what we were doing with Tony Storm at All in Texas, except now it's just Statlander.
Yeah, which stinks.
Which is like, I was like, oh, I think what happened, and like the Riho defense, now Riho's disappeared or whatever. All this stuff was like, oh, this screams that we put, because of the tag tournament, probably literally the entire thing on a hamster wheel, and now we're finally moving. But I think like what you're talking about of it being sort of boring is because we were on a hamster wheel and everyone's realizing, oh, that hamster wheel was whatever. Now we have to move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I just think I think this time of year sucks for AEW.
Yeah, it typically does. I mean, for the past couple
years,
they
have all these pay-per-views, they kind of aren't good.
Yeah, I mean, things don't really turn around typically until like Continental Classic, which kind of was Full Gear a little bit is when that typically starts.
Sounds right.
So, we just have to basically get through November with AEW in October. So it's what it is, I guess. It's typical.
I'm fine being bored for what it's worth. I don't have any like overarching like they need to do this or I'm done. No, I don't care. I'm fine.
I think what's important about that is that what you said to start
I
this whole
also feel
conversation.
nothing. No.
Yeah, the apathy of it all is the big thing. It's not necessarily that what AEW is right now is bad. It's more so that like
It's
we're
boring
apathetic.
Yeah, I've seen AEW be bad. I don't think they're necessarily bad right now. I mean, some things might be bad, but I don't know. I don't watch to know.
They still have great stuff. I mean, they had that like Okada versus Bandito match.
I mean,
that was great.
I mean, they can do matches. That's their thing. They do matches. You know, like I think this is the time of year where the people are like, oh, they just do matches and no stories. Yeah, no, you know what? I'll allow that one. Yeah, no, you're right on that. Sometimes at this part of the year, there's not stories to sink your teeth into. There's nothing to sink your teeth into. And really, it's the combo of post all in. Football season, so Tony's a little extra busy.
Correct.
Lots of
pre-Continental Classic.
Pre-Continental Classic, lots of pay-per-views. So it just kind of all meshes together, you know. They're not better when they have more pay-per-views. They're better when it's a little more spread out. You got a little more time to do what you're trying to do. Like that's why we're seeing the unique like back-to-back title match for Hangman, right? It's like because usually that would be spread out on TV, but instead we're just using the back-to-back shows. I don't know. I don't care that much. So
yeah,
but that's kind of like how I see it. And
I think you're right. I think like to a certain degree, there's an element of like with every promotion, like what the rest of the wrestling world is like. You know what I mean? That affects when it comes.
Well,
to,
I don't care what WWE's doing. So
no, but I mean, like when it comes to like viewers like us that like try to at least try to watch everything. That it's like what the rest of everyone else is doing is like, oh, the entire globe is kind of like sleepy right now, and so like it doesn't help with AEW. It's just like, oh, they're part of the mix, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, I think that's I think that's for sure the part of it. It's funny in many ways AEW kind of follows the Japan schedule of like calm at this time of year, which is weird because
the
it's not
post
like
G1 pre Wrestle Kingdom sort of malaise.
Yeah, which isn't great because like they have 4 pay-per-views during that time. But it is what, like I said, it is what it is. They're also, you know, missing a lot of people that make things interesting. You know, like I noticeably feel no Swerve is very noticeable.
Yeah, I agree.
Obviously, no Will. Guess no MJF.
Where is MJF?
I don't know. He had that promo after he lost to Mark Briscoe and then disappeared.
He's probably filming a movie. That'd be my guess. If I just type in MJF news, do you think there'll be like some sort of Fightful article that says he's filming a movie right now? No, I don't see anything. He's probably filming a movie. Oh, a month ago, former world champion MJF lands role in another movie.
Hey, there you go.
From this is according to eWrestling.com. Not a great start. He was Variety is reporting that MJF has been cast in Violent Night 2, which is a sequel to a 2020 film joining the likes of David Harbour, Christian Bell, yada 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 yada. Film is set to release next December. So he's probably filming that.
I got a question for you, since you are obviously a women's wrestling connoisseur. Who is winning the women's tag title tournament?
I gotta look at. I gave a pitch. I know. I gave a pitch. In the Wrestle Dream thing, and I don't remember.
Well, there's a bracket now, so you can pick from the bracket.
I definitely predicted. I think the Sisters of Sin winning.
Nailed it.
I think that. Who did I think? Oh, I said that the finals would be. My prediction with the finals would be the Babes of Wrath versus the Timeless Love Bombs. So Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron versus Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa. I was like, that would also make sense why those people, Willow, Nightingale, and Harley, have been on like especially Willow has been on a major hamster wheel, as we noticed, of being on the pre-shows a bunch. And then Toni Storm and Mina, it just makes sense for Toni Storm, former champ, to like, this is something to do post-title loss.
Yeah. Funniest final, right, is just putting Mercedes and Tony in it, right? That's the funniest.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's the immediate thing is like Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron versus Mercedes Moné and Athena. Not only is that going to be a very interesting match, but it's also like, huh. But the story there would be like Harley Cameron pinning Mercedes Moné, honestly, which would sound crazy, but like the story a bit of like Harley wanted to team with Mercedes and Mercedes kept rejecting, and then you have Harley beat Mercedes and knock her out of the tournament.
That would be good.
Because then you could also do that as a TBS match at some point. Maybe at Full Gear. Well, probably not.
Such good shit.
But yeah, that was my pick, is Nightingale and Cameron, which would, by the way, Scotty, would also make sense if that was supposed to be the final of the tournament not immediately after, but if the tournament was supposed to happen immediately after All in Texas, right? And the finals of the tournament was supposed to be Willow, Harley, Tony, and Mina. Yeah. Wouldn't that make sense for Tony to no longer have the title, and for Willow to be doing something that isn't just like pre-show, screw rounds?
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. So who did you pick to win?
I think I would go with Willow and Harley is what I would do.
Wow. I think pick Tony.
I think that you got at this point, please give Willow something. Please, for the love of God, give Willow something. And I think this could be it. At least I hope so. Because Tony can obviously bounce back. Tony and Mina is interesting, but I just think Harley, Tony, I don't know. I think Harley and Willow has a sort of Brodito quality to it, if that makes sense. That I think can work. But let's move on. Let's talk about some wrestling. Let's move down the heat chart. We went from ice cold. Let's go to ice cold takes, Scotty, and talk about last week's Marigold show, Grand Destiny, the Sumo Hall show. Obviously, 30,450 in attendance for this show. Biggest ever. Obviously, main event, Io Sky defeating
ever in all year and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half history, biggest ever. Obviously, we have Io Sky in the main event, coming back into the sort of Rossi universe, if you will. Main event defeating Mayu Iwatani. You also had
the Rossi universe.
There's a better portmanteau somewhere there. We also had Miki Ano defeating Utami Hayashishita to win the Marigold World title. You also had Victoria Yuzuki defeat Mai Sakurai to win the Marigold United National title, along with Darkness Revolution, Chiaki Misawa. Sorry, not Misawa. Misawa's back. Chiaki and Misa Matsui versus defeating Magenta.
Ryan, what show did you watch?
A better show. Winning the Marigold Twin Star title matches. So what was it? Every single title practically changed hands. A big time main event. Big Hash defeating Sari Yamioka as well. It was interesting. We got returns. Obviously, the mystery superstar M, as we were all expecting, Minoru Suzuki wrestled Megaton and whatever that was. And then, of course, the return of superstar S, Suri, as short-time listeners would know, we totally had no idea what was going to happen. Scotty, I'm sure you've given thoughts before, but just for our Ring Post Radio exclusive listeners, our exclusives, what are some thoughts, ice cold takes on this big time show?
I thought it was a complete success for them again in terms of making a big show feel big. I think that's always very important when it comes to Japanese companies running major shows. You want the major show to feel big, feel important, feel special. And I think they did a good job at doing that, whether it be because of the surprises, the big main event, the big crowning moments, kind of everything I ask for from major shows. You never want a major show just to be a blip on the schedule. I think sometimes we get that with other companies a lot because sometimes the status quo is truly the best thing for a company. So when we get to Dream Queendom at the end of the year, like that's just probably more of a blip in terms of major booking angles than anything else. For Stardom,
we'll talk about Stardom shortly.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I was very happy with it. I did a full hour and 20-minute review about it all by myself, by the way. Because that's what I do. But I mean, I don't think they could have asked for more. They did 3,400 people, just a few hundred less than Pro Wrestling Noah, which when at their last sumo show, which if you are anywhere close to the number 2 Puro company, it's a good day. It's a very good day.
Sure.
And it also proves to me that Joshi's just very healthy right now. In a world of wrestling where a lot of things are down, a lot of interest is down, in terms of attendance and stuff, right? We talk about it all the time with New Japan, right?
Yeah.
Alone. You could talk about I know their show today sold out because it was Tanahashi's homecoming show and stuff. But Noah was obviously down from their last Sumo Hall show to this one, but this is up from the year prior, and you just kind of hope that there is a snowball effect of keep building here between Stardom, between other companies that are running big shows and doing big numbers. There's a lot of good happening right now in Joshi that I can't say for most of the wrestling world. So it's really cool to witness. And for a company with their, I guess their main major backing is just being on Wrestling Universe. It's a very cool accomplishment. Obviously, it shows the effect of Mayu being here too. It shows the effect of Io coming back again. Just a little bit of everything. But a week out, it's a show that I just really, really enjoyed watching from start to finish because it was fun for me, which again, if you heard me talk about the other wrestling earlier, that's kind of all I'm looking for these days. I just want to have the fun of it all, which easier said than done. So for me, that was kind of why I was really happy with it. And let's see what else. All the title changes, those kind of create interest now for people that maybe jump in for the one singular show, like, oh, let's see where this goes, let's see what that goes. There's a lot of conversations that people have had regarding the previous reigns and such, but overall I think that worked out very well for them.
I'll do a tiny, I basically agree with what you said, but I'll do a tiny pushback on the overall Joshi scene being very healthy because with this show in particular with Marigold, like and I'll explain why in a moment. This show drew exceptionally well, and I think you would 100% agree with me that it would not have drawn this well at all without Io Sky.
Sure.
Io Sky is so vital to this promotion. Like, what was it like last year? Was like they basically Io Sky showing up for the first time last year was like basically made the sort of light attendance summer worth it, to a degree.
Yeah, they did 3K last year. Exact.
Yeah, and obviously a little bit more this year. Io Sky so incredibly vital. I'm not gonna say like throwing it just on one person with Io Sky, but that's kind of what I'm saying is like her coming in basically props up this opponent, this promotion, to such a significant degree that it's pretty crazy, honestly. And I'm not confident that he would even sniff this 3.45 number in attendance if it wasn't for Io Sky, just because of like their other business they've done. That's obviously not to say that Mayu or Utami or all these people aren't like draws in their own right, but it's like, look, Io Sky is the person here. She's the person that's like, she is propping up this promotion. Arguably, Scotty, single-handedly.
I disagree.
Okay, here go then give it to me.
Because
can you at least agree that
because she came back last year. So that mystique of that idea is already past. It comes with the matchup itself. It comes with
the
what
mystique
is
hasn't
happening.
passed. They grew attendance.
No. The mystique of first time back here in Japan.
Sure.
Not her overall. That has not gone away. But like I think it had to come down to the matchup that helped this massively. If she was just facing anyone else, I don't think it's probably maybe closer to last year, if not. I don't know. It could have been down. I don't know, but
they got this number plus 400 with Thunder Rock wrestling each other.
Right. And some would argue that you have less star power this year on the overall card compared to last. You know, Julia's not there. Sari, well, I mean, Sari wasn't announced, but she was there technically.
Mirai wasn't there as well.
Right. Like this is a different company now. A lot of it is shifting to the future than even last year was. Let's just kind of put all these big names. You know, you had even like Shinobu Kandori, who's of course all these different little things that you kind of put all in a bag and threw it out there. Now it's more in line with the actual direction of where it's going, and rather than where it was the first time, where it was like, oh, they had a chance to run sumo hall, let's just go with it and see what we can do. So like the reason I push back on that part is because I do think it's not just EO, it is the matchup. So you got to give Mayu some love. I do agree that they're not doing this number without EO. But overall their attendance is up.
Sure.
Like naturally the past number of months, which is why I say it's healthy, because I know that. Plus, listen, we could say it's EO or whatever. Either way, this is their number. This is their number. This is what they did.
I also agree that because I just remembered this bit. I think it is like EO is the person that gets us to this massive number
for sure.
And to a degree, obviously Mayu Iwatani, obviously.
The matchup.
But there is, this promotion is obviously smaller than Stardom, but it is still number 2 Joshi.
I think people forget how small it is.
Oh yeah, and I think that's the other thing is people are expecting bigger. And realistically speaking, they're kind of doing similar numbers to like what Stardom was pre Bushiroad a little bit. If I recall, like they're doing like 500, 600, 700
with
on average.
Stardom existing. I think that's an important. There is a bigger promotion Joshi wise now than there was then.
I'm not saying that this promotion is like dead. I'm saying that like that Io Sky coming in is helping it significantly, and also to counteract my own self, because I just remember this tidbit. They expanded their pay-per-views, their big time pay-per-view shows to 3, 4. I think this year, and then
3 this year, 4
next year they're expanding it to 4. So there is an argument there is a healthiness of they are, Io Sky can come in and help prop up this motion, but by doing so, it is also helping them grow the promotion. Which look, Hall of Fame talk, Hall of Fame talk, Scotty.
It helps. It helps. Listen, I'm not taking anything away from EO. When I said mystique of EO, I simply meant the first time coming back.
Yes, I see.
Not the actual mystique of EO wrestling that sells itself, and EO wrestling Mayu sells itself. So I definitely don't want to take anything away from her in that regard. I just kind of meant like last year it was like, well, EO's back for the first time in 7.5 years or whatever it was. Now this year now she's fighting Mayu for the first time in 7.5 years, right?
Now it's sort of the question of like what's next for what. Let's assume like EO comes back next year as well, right?
They'll team.
Yeah, I have to think there'll be some sort of team.
They kind of. It was really weird. They kind of confirmed it in the post match. Like they were like, "Next time you're back, like let's team," and they're like, "Okay." I was like, they did an angle with someone that's not going to be interesting, but it's smart. Like it gives you the hope and the expectation of EO will be back. Which I mean, you've gone 2 for 2.
Yeah,
and her coming back, why would we not go 3 for 3?
It's grown. She has to come back. There is no reason for her not to come back.
Yeah, I know.
It could be bad. It could be dangerous for the promotion. Not necessarily bad, but dangerous for her not to come back.
The thing about Io is she's worth every penny every time she comes around. You know, like they bring her in, they do their big number. Yeah, she won't be here tomorrow, but it's a match. It's a moment, and it's something that people are gonna remember. So the next time they run Sumo Hall, which is this time next year, people are gonna be like, wonder if I'm gonna get to see Io again. You know, like it's
also establishing the show as a big deal.
Yeah, some people like mock the idea of it, but I mean, it's booking, it's promoting. It's hey, you have a chance to see Io Sky wrestle in a way that she doesn't always wrestle. You have a chance to see Io in her previous form in many ways. You have a chance to see Io, period. Like end of story, you know. And I think that's kind of the cool part. But the reason I say things are healthy again, like I said, yes, I would be insane not to give Io a ton of credit for the number that they've done, but that's 2 years in a row of like that. But they are running Sumo Hall as a very small company at the end of the day. Like this is a company that is not backed by I say by I guess Wrestle Universe is the most backing they have, because Wrestle Universe does do a very good job at promoting the promotion.
Yeah.
They're like, show, this is what we do. This is what, you know, so I'm not gonna say they're like all by themselves. They're not. But considering that they are number 2, or in some people's hearts number 3 for whatever reason, it's really good for what Joshi's doing right now, because you can have a Stardom that's so strong and everyone else is still doing well. It's very opposite of like American pro wrestling,
Sure,
where if the top dog is thriving, no one else does.
Yeah,
this is a unique time where, you know, even like Oz Academy did like 19 at 1900 at Yokohama Budokan a few weeks ago. Sendai Girls did a great number earlier this year for their show with Mako and Hashimoto, and all these big Korkins are doing well, and all these different things. So like that's what this show was, kind of, to me, was the ultimate confirmation of like the scene as a whole is healthy.
Sure,
no matter what, if Io's there or not, because ultimately they still went up and Io's still there. Like Io was on both shows. You know,
maybe
Mayu is a big part of that as well, of the boost for them, because they've lost a lot.
If I had to change any sort of pushback on the sort of thing, maybe I would not necessarily agree with healthy, but like healing, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
They're a lot healthier than Puro.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for damn sure.
If we want to consider health, they're healthy compared to them.
Yeah. They're certainly
growing.
Puro is certainly like bigger, but it's on the decline. It's sick.
Honestly,
sickly.
For Joshi, I think they're growing. I think the scene is growing.
Yes.
A level of health that they haven't had in a very long time outside of a singular promotion.
Exactly.
You know, I think that's kind of the way to look at it. Which is great.
Can I throw this in here just because we're talking about Io Sky? We're talking about, not really talking about it, but Io Sky, WWE person.
She is a WWE person.
Brian Alvarez reported.
Oh yeah.
What is it? 3 days ago? That apparently the tentative plan is like what they do with the male NXT talent working in Pro Wrestling Noah. The women will also be doing tours of Japan in 2026. Apparently, Brian Alvarez didn't specify whether he meant Noah, Marigold, potentially both, some other promotion. Obviously, there's a bunch of other women's Joshi promotions in Japan. You're obviously someone that's in the weeds in terms of women's Joshi stuff. What is your sort of reaction to this reporting, and do you think Marigold is a likely spot for that?
I wouldn't be shocked if you see one or two, but I think if anyone's gonna go over and be housed for a WWE women's, it's gonna be Mako and Sendai Girls. Mako still works for them. Mako was in the US this week when this report came out.
Huh, interesting.
Like, she was posting things about America, and then Alvarez said that. I was like, what? hold on.
You got your quick board out with all your red lines.
Yeah, I felt like the Always Sunny image where he's like, so I think what it's maybe gonna look like is you see these wrestlers come over for Sendai Girls and they'll do a match or 2 or 3 or something, maybe in a Marigold show, because there can be that work to get, because Sendai doesn't run enough. They run 2-3 shows a month.
Yeah, and obviously there's a connection between Sendai and Marigold. We got Big Hasham's freaking show.
Right, like we are seeing that relationship grow between them. So I could see a combo between those 2 promotions. But for me, when I saw the report, I was like, I feel like they're just going to trust Mako with that more than anyone. They already bring in Mako to coach and do things like that. So why not have these wrestlers go to Sendai, learn under her literally firsthand, and then compete on they don't. I've noticed based on the NXT ones that they do for Noah, they're not really going for long periods of time. So if it lines up where there is a handful of Sendai shows and maybe like 1 or 2 Marigold shows, that's what it's going to look like, and then they'll just go back, because I think Charlie Dempsey was only here for 2 weeks, and then he went back already. And I think it's like Hank and Tank are there now.
Tank, the NXT tag team champions or former tag team champions, Hank and Tank are in Noah right now, I think.
Right. So I always wondered why they weren't doing it, because I think most people agree in terms of WWE's developmental, the women are the brighter future for them. So maybe that was why they didn't feel the need. But I think I don't think it's a bad thing.
I also wonder if they tried it first with Marigold and then it didn't pan out per se, and they're now moving to Sendai.
Yeah, I mean, Mako being retired probably helps, honestly.
That's also very true.
She's retired, she'll be more helpful in that way, maybe. But when I saw the report by Alvarez, I was like, good. I mean, based on the way they do it with Noah, it's not really that harmful to me. Yeah. So
how do you think Mako Satomura's Hall of Fame case will grow when she has trained, I don't know, Kalani Jordan?
I don't think it'll help her case or her case. I think it'll just stay right there. But there's this beast. There's this beast that people kept putting me on in NXT that I actually would want. Kendall Gray. I want her over.
Gray.
She's a former amateur wrestler, and I was like, yeah, get her in the lab with Hosh right now.
Okay.
Right now. She does. I watched her match from Evolve, Ryan. That's how deep in the weeds I got to see who she was.
Is she the Evolve champion?
Yes, that's the match I saw. Her win the belt.
Oh, okay.
She's pretty good. But yeah, no, I think it's a good thing. If you're sending some NXT talent over instead of, maybe your international foreign, which I hope they still do. I don't want like the Lana Crosses of the world to stop coming over.
Yeah.
Because of whatever reason. But I read it, I was like, oh, that's cool. And I moved on, because the women of NXT are more talented than the men of NXT. So for every Hank and Tank, you might actually get like someone exciting on the NXT side. Like I know Mako loves the former Olympian.
Tavion Heights?
No.
Oh, you're talking about the women's wrestlers.
Yeah, I can't think of her name.
The one that she was on Let's Fucking Go, the TV
show? Yeah, Mako likes her. I think she's talked about her before. So like that being the first person to head over would not even remotely shock me.
And that's the other thing, is like, what is the level of talent that's going over? I mean, like, no offense to Charlie.
Are they putting
Dempsey
people that are
Hank
on
Tank,
NXT?
But, yeah.
Right. Are they putting people that are on NXT or are in Evolve? Things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I thought the idea of ID people going over would have made a lot of sense, but ID's dead. So
Well, I saw that they just brought on 3 new recruits for ID.
Yeah,
I was like, bold move, guys, bold move.
I sure bet. I bet they made those signings via AI.
Got any AI takes? Last episode was me dunking on AI for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, bad. You don't want your booking via AI, brother.
Yeah. I have to. That reminds me, I have to vote on Tuesday because something about it. Because there's something about the voting, which is like in Georgia, there's a special election basically where it's like, so much to explain. Basically, we're voting on like representatives that 2 seats for a 5-seat position that that is a governmental body that controls Georgia Power. Because you know how like Georgia power companies are like a monopoly essentially, because you can only really have one, because it'd be awful if it was like 5 different things. But basically, it's like the reason it's so important, Scotty, and why I'm bringing it up in regards to AI is because we built a data center for AI stuff in Georgia and Marietta. And so because it's on the same power grid as Georgia Power and we all pay for it, I am essentially funding this startup data center, which I have no interest in putting my money towards, but I'm basically funding it by helping pay for their electric bill.
Ryan Knightsey, big AI guy.
Yeah, big AI thumbs down guy.
Making a big doom.
That's a big doom, folks. All right. Do we have any other things to say about Marigold? I don't know. I thought the show, the last half, I thought was pretty solid. Obviously, I mean Hashimoto versus Yamaoka, where most of the match was just me concerned whether or not Sari was dead.
Hey, listen, that's part of the gimmick. She's
part of the gimmick, I know. Yuzuki Sakurai, I really enjoyed. Ano versus Utami, obviously, I really enjoyed. Just the first half, I thought was like, it was like, like the opening singles was like, yeah, it's fine. It was like an opening 6-minute match.
Yeah.
The gauntlet tag, I did not care about whatsoever. Megaton Suzuki was like, I don't, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Suri and Goto, even Suri and Goto was like, this is a fine little match.
Suri was there to beat the hell out of Goto and say, and literally on camera, like tell Rossi, where's my next match?
Yeah,
which was funny. Well, I guess
nice little tune-up for Suri, if you will.
I guess that this is true. I guess the thing for people listening is like you said, they announced 4 pay-per-views plus Mayu's anniversary show. So that's cool. So they kind of, I like when companies kind of set the stage for like, hey, here's what we're doing next year. Here's what you should keep an eye on next year. I feel like more companies should do that rather than like the month to month, I have no idea when your shows happen, type thing, which is like a classic for a lot of Japanese companies.
Yeah.
I also like that we just have established names. This is a big thing with me in wrestling. I just like tradition. I like simplicity. Like, I know what the name of that show is going to be. You know, like New Japan has, well, actually, no. What's the one at the end of the year we always are like, King of Pro Wrestling, not Secure Genesis. What's the other one? What's the other one they do at the end of the year? Power Struggle. Yeah, we always are just like throwing that one at the wall. Like, which one are we picking this time? Or like, yeah, or you and me get Wrestling Dontaku's timing confused. If it matters or not, it doesn't. I learned this year that show does not matter. Which is funny because I always thought it did. Anyways, I like that type of stuff. No, I thought, like I said, I thought it was a big success for them. Puts them on a nice little run to close out the year. Also, I think it was very smart of them to do their big show separated from everyone else's.
Yeah, they had a nice little like week or so difference compared to everybody else.
And they didn't have to wait months for their GP winner to cash in, which brings us to our other topic today.
New Japan. Hiroshi Tanahashi final homecoming show. This is obviously in Gifu, Japan.
Well, they moved theirs up, I guess. I'll give them credit.
Yeah, 3,742 in attendance for this one. Most of the show was just a bunch of tags, and we could just be like, whatever. But the last 3 were the only thing of notable importance.
That Junior Tag League final, man.
Junior Tag League final.
Baby.
Yeah, Doki and Sho, the tag champions, win the whole thing, defeating Robbie X and Taiji Ishimori in a match that was basically who could be a heel more for 15 minutes.
If that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what does.
If it doesn't get you excited for an upcoming match like the champions winning the tournament, I don't know what will. It's not necessarily great because there's not really anyone. What's that?
What is this company doing?
They seem to tease perhaps something of Despy, but I got more of a vibe that it's going to be Doki versus Despy at Wrestle Kingdom. That way, running back from last year. But
yeah, no, that makes sense.
But like for these tag titles, it's like, what's happening? I'm gonna pull up to see who beat Doki and Show this year.
The junior division runs on a hamster wheel more than any other thing ever.
Okay, hold on. I wasn't following Super Junior Tag League in any capacity. I looked up who beat Doki and Show this year in the tournament because I was like, okay, surely
they went undefeated.
They went undefeated. They beat everyone in the tournament that they wrestled and then won the whole thing. And now it's like, well, now who's going to face them? I guess the question would be someone in Block B. But
that's so beast, dude.
Yeah. Who will that be is the question. Who will that
be? I see what you did there. B.
What we got? Not Taiji Ishimori and Robbie X since they're losers. Eagles and Fujita. I mean, yeah, that's the only one that makes sense. Kushida and Yuki Yoshioka, no. El Despy and Kukai, no.
I watched one match from this tournament, believe it or not.
Dick Togo and Kanemaru, yes. And Yamato versus Yamato and Tiger Mask, no. It's the only ones that make sense is just Eagles and Fujita for Wrestle Kingdom. Or they're going to do a 4-way again, and it doesn't matter. So who cares?
Or they're just not going to do a junior match because Doki's got both belts.
Fine by me. Fine by me.
Oh man, that's so good though.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder how they. They went on. They went. Oh shit. Okay, they just didn't lose. Got it.
All right. Understood. Understood. Heading to Wrestle Kingdom, we got no match. Like you just
maybe that's why they did it.
You just talked about how with Marigold, there's an element of like looking forward.
Yeah, and that's their whole shebang.
And I was thinking to myself of like at some point looking forward has to turn into the present.
Yeah.
And that was a good transition to get to New Japan, a company that has been looking forward for like, I don't know, 4 years now, 3 years or probably 3 years now. And it's like, at what point is this becoming the present? And it's like, but even like in a microcosm, it's like just like looking forward to something. What am I looking forward to with the junior tag titles? Nothing. What is the point?
What are you looking forward to with the junior division?
Yes, I get the sense from the Despy on commentary and stuff and the talk that it's going to be Despy versus Doki, but that's just a rerun of last year because Doki got injured and they want to fix everything. A hamster wheel, baby. A year of a hamster wheel. Is that what it is?
That's New Japan in a nutshell, though, man. Like they are consistently running in a. The one time they weren't running in a hamster wheel, they gave the world title to Hiroki Goto, and then they went back to Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, well, someone's busy being.
Hey, listen, being a movie star is
Hollywood Goto out here.
I get that.
Goto coming out with the IWGP belt, playing it like a guitar.
That's Tanahashi's gimmick.
Fair enough. Goto, okay, fine. Goto growing out a beard,
but like
dyes it black.
But we've talked about this so many times on this show.
Yeah,
since Okada left, right?
Yeah, 3 years ago at this point, right?
2 right. Years? Like we have talked about this nonstop. It doesn't matter anymore. Like it's just like half the junior tag league was Dragon Gate. They don't care about the junior division, so we can just put that to the side real quick. Agreed. They barely care about the heavyweights and their future of the company. Their future of the company is 30 plus years old already. All these people are old now. I was looking at it, I was like, oh, well, Yoda Tsuji's 32. It's either do it now or get off the pot, buddy.
Yeah,
which they are. Good on them. But like Yuya Uemura, who they're so very scared to do anything with, he's 30. So he's gonna have to wait till he's 32 to get pushed. And Shota Umino stinks. We don't have to talk about him.
But
gone.
It's something about how like the problem with the Young Lion stuff, with what New Japan is getting, is that they're not getting like super young guys that are becoming Young Lions. They're getting like 25, 26, 27, 28 years olds or whatever. And then they're Young Lions for like, they're Young Lions and doing excursions for like 3 years. And by the time they come back, they're in their 30s already.
They're old. They're washed.
Well, I was like washed, but
yeah, no, washed might be extreme. Yeah. And then like when they do have a young guy, right? Kosei Fujita is 23 years old. They just
insanely young.
They're just like, you know what? You can win the junior tournament, but we're gonna put you back on ice. That was a little too much for us. A little too fast. Like this company just stinks. Okay.
And speaking of Yudo Ice, 28, he's pretty young still.
I love Yudo Ice. Shout out Yudo Ice. Bombaclat.
Oh, it's Oscar. 27? All right. We're going somewhere
here. There's some hope.
And they're exciting. They're exciting. The Knockout Brothers, they're exciting to me.
Daiki Nagai is 22.
That's pretty young. Holy shit.
Hold on. Does this guy not even exist anymore?
Oh God. Someone got wiped off the map.
When's the Ryohei Oiwa's 26. Not that he exists in this company.
What is he doing? What is
he hasn't wrestled
was he on this show at all?
He hasn't wrestled since King of Pro Wrestling.
Maybe he's injured. He's
From
gotta
what?
be injured.
Doing nothing?
I don't know. I'm gonna do a quick Google search on Ryohei Oiwa.
This man was main evented Noah shows. Now he's, I don't know.
I've talked about it before, but
no love for the grip, man.
I've talked about it before, but it's just like, I don't know, man. I think some New Japan roster members. I'm not saying New Japan needs to lose more roster members, but some of these people for their career should just bounce back down from New Japan.
Yeah, Great Okan.
We hit the bricks, buddy. Anyways, there was also the IWGP Global Heavyweight Title match. Yota Tsuji defeats Tanahashi, 20 minutes. Pretty solid match, I thought. Beating up old man Tanahashi, and basically a match where it's like his decrepit body is falling apart and getting beaten by Tsuji, and he's going to throw the heart and hit you with 2 high fly flows off the top rope, and then miss the third and go for like 5 more. It basically a match that assembles around like the heart and the audience having that connection with Tanahashi to keep him moving. So it was like nice in that regard, but really
there should be a conversation of how this man's still together. He's wrestled 124 matches this year.
Yeah, it's a very impressive.
His most since 2017. Oh, sorry, since 2022, but he'll pass that. So it'll be his most since 2017, where he wrestled 132.
And could he pass that?
He could.
What is that? That's
if he's on every World Tag League show.
It's 8 more.
Yeah, he could pass that.
He has at least one more already teased for like the upcoming Saturday.
I was gonna say he could literally pass that up this month.
Yeah, he's on track to. So what would be his most then? 2015, 148. What is that?
Yeah, he's not gonna pass that.
14 more. Plausible. He's on track to possibly beating that.
That's not out of the question. That's crazy.
It's Scotty. It's not out of the question that this is his most matches in a year ever, or at least recorded.
They're gonna have to put him on the Purge Night of Torture show.
Oh wait, I didn't hear about this.
You didn't know this?
The House of Torture show.
House of Torture has a produce show.
Oh boy,
we will be covering it. You will not stop me.
Oh boy, Purge Night of Torture. Is there a match lineup?
So far we have Evil
versus Sasuke.
The main event is Evil versus Shun Skywalker.
Oh my god, I'm watching that. Oh my god.
I knew your reaction would be like, hold
on, buddy. I'm watching that. Are you
kidding?
Dick
Togo and Ren Narita versus Hanzo and the Great Sasuke. I know that moves you.
It's a great Sasuke.
We're like Yujiro versus Kento Miyahara away from this being the show of the year.
Yeah. Main event of this Tanahashi show, IWGP World Heavyweight Title match. Konosuke Takeshita defeats Hiroki Goto. Great match. Another great match. Working
the
over the
main
arm.
event of the Tanahashi show. 2 other guys.
Well, look, he's got to give his respect up. His big ups to Big Goto, to Hollywood Goto. Yeah, and then great match. Obviously, go out, great match, watch it. 4+ star match. I watched it this morning, literally right before we went on. So I'm considering it.
Hell,
the
I think
bigger thing
live when you were still watching.
The bigger thing that we have to talk about is the teaser afterwards and the confirmation. I don't know if it's confirmed in terms of
I believe
on the books,
has been confirmed, Jim,
that the main event of Wrestle Kingdom next year is going to be Konosuke Takeshita versus Yota Tsuji. Has it been confirmed if it is in fact a double gold dash?
Hold.
Or is it Mercedes Moné versus Toni Storm where it's just for the world title?
By the way, Mirai signed with Michinoku Pro. You're welcome.
I saw that this morning, I guess.
Double title match.
Wrestle Kingdom. Tsuji versus Takeshita. The bigger news coming out of this show. Look, I'll say this real
going back to this.
I'll say this real quickly.
This is part of the downfall. Sorry, continue.
Ichiban Sweetcast finally put out another new episode, just giving the reactions to Takeshita winning the belt.
Absolute shot on them right there. I
know. The shot is that, like, buddy, I love them so much. They don't go hard on Bushiroad enough. I feel like
that's what we're here for, baby.
I feel like this double gold dash stuff has happened every single year in my memory. It feels like it's happened every single year for the past several years since Bushiroad took over this company, and I'm just over it. I'm so fucking over this. What are we doing? Are we gonna? Is this? Here's the other thing. Are we combining belts? Is that what's happening again? Are we combining belts? Are they doing it just because Saya Kamatani is a draw and she has 2 titles, and they were doing the same thing as her?
You don't know the problem.
Bushiroad sucks.
Yeah, well, that is absolutely the problem for all companies involved. The problem for me, right, is that this match is not going to sell a single extra ticket.
Well, that's why they have to make it double gold dash, because it's like proper. To be fair, not a proper double gold dash.
None of these matches are selling the tickets. It is Tanahashi's retirement, Wrestle Kingdom 20. Is selling.
You could maybe argue the debut of Aaron Wolf as well.
Sure. I will. You know what? He gets second claim. Any other thing on this show is just an addition. Like, there will be someone that yells at me, Saya Kamatani, shut up. Leave me alone, okay?
Well, her being on the show is also maybe a tertiary draw. Like they announced her first, if anything.
Good point. She was third out of all this. Tanahashi, Aaron Wolf, Saya Kamatani. That is the importance in order. But that furthers my point. Why do you need to do a double?
Aaron Wolf versus Saya Kamatani. That's the match, baby.
So sick. But
hold on. Saya Kamatani versus Tanahashi. Woo! That actually, Scotty, would be great.
That would be great.
Because Saya Kamatani would destroy. It'd be the same thing like the Tsuji match, where it would destroy Tanahashi, and Tanahashi just like getting the entire dome on it, cheering for him on his feet as he gets destroyed by another drop kick.
That'd be kind of sick. We should do that. That'd actually be better. But like, this is my point. Why you don't have to do double gold dash. The double gold dash idea once upon a time was to peak expectations, peak excitement for the 2-night event, right? At the time when they first did it. This does nothing. Like, yeah, you wanted Yota Tsuji in the spot. That's cool. You know what you could have done?
I like that.
You know what you could have done? Not give him the global back.
I agree.
It's pretty easy not to do that.
Is Gabe Kidd truly gone? Why not put that title on? I don't know. Uemura.
Yeah. That's the one. Like, it was so simple. And they were just like, you know what? Double title match.
What about instead of 5 matches that draw, we do 4 matches that draw? Like you could have had Tsuji versus Takeshita, and that still be a very interesting thing. But making a double gold, it maybe sells, I don't know, 100 more tickets, maybe. Like people being like, "Oh, that's interesting."
Right, which is essentially nothing.
Or you could have had Uemura, Pete, Gabe Kidd, or as an example.
Yeah.
And then build up Uemura versus somebody else. Let's say, I'll even give you this, Scotty. Uemura versus Shota Umino. A match that I'm not necessarily jazzed about, but a match that would make sense. That you can build up and then do a match and that hopefully draw some more fans, that maybe more than 100 that you would get from this double gold dash stuff.
So to like kind of follow the conversation from earlier when we were talking about EO, right? Like how they brought eyes to that show, right?
Yeah. Oh,
so like a lot of that show was centered around.
It not only brought eyes, it brought people. It brought people to the show.
So the rest of the card was centered around the now and the future, right? Like Victoria Yuzuki winning a title, Suri Yamaoka in a big feature match. All these.
Ia's going to bring new eyes to this product, so let's showcase our future, and hopefully that'll bring in like I'm excited to see.
Right. So New Japan could have done the same freaking thing with Tanahashi's retirement, right? With Uemura and Umino. Now, do we want Umino? Do we want Umino? No, we don't. Let's be honest. We don't want.
But even then, I just pitched it as the fifth biggest match on the show.
It would have been a nice 12-minute match that probably would have been way better than any Shota Umino singles match in a while because it would have been short, right?
Yeah.
And instead, they're probably going to be like in a tag match. And shout out you to Ice. And
Shota Umino, real quick. I'm sorry, quick tangent. Shota Umino would be, I think. He stinks. I think genuinely, there is a potential where Shota Umino could be a genuinely good TV champion.
That's probably true.
He is forced to have short matches.
I think he's a good tag wrestler. I think that's actually his call.
Yeah, he's not a main eventer. That's what we've learned this year.
And that's okay.
And that's fine.
Okay.
But
not everyone's got
something else.
Not everyone's got to be a main eventer. Dude, that first title match of Yota Tsuji or Shota Umino for the double gold dash is gonna kill me. It's gonna be so bad. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why you got to do double gold dash. Who does this help? I mean, like, obviously it helps Tsuji if he wins, but like, imagine if he loses.
Yeah, because that's the story right now. Obviously, is that Takeshita is basically like an invader. Right, he is Invader from AEW, is Invader from DDT, being like, look, you got nobody good. You got nobody good on this roster, so I'm just going to beat everybody until someone actually steps up and wants to face me. And right now, it's looking like Tsuji. At the same time, there's an argument of Tsuji should lose, and then Takeshita is just like even more of an invader and whatnot to be part of the heel heat, right?
Yeah.
But we also need more people.
The way they've set this up, he can't win. There couldn't be less momentum for a New Japan Pro Wrestling than coming out of the most watched Wrestle Kingdom possibly ever, right? Because of Tanahashi, Aaron Wolf.
Yeah. Saya.
Selling record numbers. Yes, Saya. Selling record number tickets. That they have a double champion who's not around.
But think about the heat, Scotty. Have you considered the heat?
I know. But at the same time...
And how's that? We haven't even mentioned Evil on this 5 tier. So that brings Shota Umino down to 6.
Listen, Evil's doing his thing with Aaron Wolf, you know? Like, he's got his bag.
Yeah.
Did you see that they might put the gold medal on the line, too?
That's hilarious.
I was like, that's a real double gold dash, baby. Yeah, but, like, that's my point, right? It's like, how can you be excited for a match that just doesn't have to happen this way?
Yeah.
And the double gold dash famously like really hurt New Japan in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Combining the titles and everything. It really affected morale and fan morale immensely.
Speaking of fan morale, did you see one of the World Tag League teams that I just read?
No, it's just a World Tag League preview.
It hasn't been announced yet, but it looks like it's going to be Hiromu. And get ready for this, David Finlay.
I saw that.
That's kind of beast. I don't hate it.
I don't have him win. Either. I'm not gonna watch it, but I don't hate it.
They can't fight. Oh no, they can't win. They'd have to fight Yuto Ice.
Yeah, which speaking of Yuto Ice, he's gonna apparently face Tanahashi in a singles match next, which is fun.
Did you see Gato said I'm gonna work something out for your retirement match, like in a backstage promo
for Tanahashi.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
there's the
gonna be
rumors.
Okada, isn't it?
Oh, that's not the rumors I've been hearing.
Well, everyone's been talking about Nakamura, but like Gato, Okada, that's the thing, right? Like,
well, that break some kayfabe, but does that matter at this point?
Who gives a shit?
Well, also hold on, but also Okada's a heel now. It actually would work.
Yeah, it would work. It'd actually be fantastic. I hope it's Nakamura.
I hope it's Nakamura as well.
But Okada's definitely the backup plan.
100%.
Hilarious that he's a backup.
That's true. That's true. I mean, but look, Nakamura would be a way more interesting.
All right. Gun to your head right now. This is what we know. Wrestle Kingdom. You don't have to have the gun to your head. That's a little aggressive. Do the Michael Jackson. Okay, so this is your Wrestle Kingdom. You have double gold dash, Konosuke Takeshita versus Yota Tsuji for both belts, right?
A match that gets me but real quickly in a vacuum.
Oh, it's a great match.
Great match gets me going in no possible. Like I can't. Speak
it's going to be so much better than the last year's IWGP World.
Revs my engine, folks.
Right, but you have that match. You have Saya Kamitani likely defending the World of Stardom Championship. Sorry, Momo.
Who are we thinking? Thinking Shuri or
Shuri? Probably is my guess.
Let's just say Shuri for now.
Yeah, we'll say Shuri for the sake of it. So it's a good match. It's a good match.
Great match.
Aaron Wolf versus Evil. Aaron Wolf's debut, right? Mm-hmm. And Hiroshi Tanahashi's retirement match.
Probably, let's just say Nakamura for the sake of things.
Fuck yeah. All right. So we'll say it's Nakamura. Okada at worst.
Yeah.
Ooh. How excited are you for Wrestle Kingdom? Like, is there anything they need to add for your excitement? Like, can your excitement be upped with those things clearly being the main four things?
No. That actually I think is like four things that I'm genuinely would be all excited for. If I had to counteract your question with a question, Scotty.
Oh, okay.
Rank those four in terms of how excited you are.
All right.
I would be
not first. I'm sorry.
I'm most excited. I would be most excited for Tanahashi versus Nakamura.
Yeah. You wanted me to answer this, and you're answering it.
Oh, then go ahead. I'll give my answer. I'll take my answer off the air.
It was probably going to be similar. Definitely. It's definitely Tanahashi first.
Yeah.
It has to be. It has to be first. If it's Saya versus Shuri, it's pretty cool. But doesn't have the stakes. It lacks stakes. Mm-hmm. No medium rare. No, sorry. But I care about that. I care about the idea of maybe them getting time on the show, so that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Double gold dash is the part that hurts me on that match. Like the match itself is going to be awesome, but like I kind of hate the result. Like I just hate that. Oh, one of these people are going to have two belts.
I just have like
that fear. Might be last for me.
I just have fear of what that result means for these titles.
I think double gold dash is last for me. They're not calling it double gold dash, by the way. I'm just going to keep calling it that. I think that's last for me because I'm fascinated to see what Aaron Wolf does. I'm fascinated to see how he does and what he looks like. And I think Evil's going to bump his butt off for him. I'm more interested in seeing how much time the women get because it's Saya Kamitani than I am just like the aspect. Like I know what Takeshi and Tsuji is, right?
Yes, I can see.
I think that's the problem.
You are excited for it, but it's a known quantity.
Oh yeah, I've seen them wrestle. Guess what? Going to be a great match, and the result is going to be like, oh, look at that, someone's double champion. All right. Yeah. So I think that is actually last.
Yeah, I think you're right. I would probably do Wolf
because everything else has curiosity to it.
I'd probably do Wolf and Evil second, and then Shuri, Saya third.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's probably the right placement.
And then obviously the Knockout Brothers versus Well, how can we forget Doki versus Despy, Doki and Show versus Robbie Eagles, and
if they do Doki versus Despy, I don't think I could care less.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about Doki versus Despy.
Am I over El Desperado?
He hasn't had a necessarily great year. I'm not going to say a bad year. Let me pull up my match ratings for him. He was a guy that at one point in the first half of the year, he had a good, great thing. And the latter half kind of just like kind of fell apart to a degree.
Pooped.
Let's see. Where do I got him? Yeah, he's not doing too hot. He is, let's see. I have him ranked 60th of the year. He is tied with Hologram and Teton for my Wrestler of the Year stuff this year.
What number was that?
60th. It's a solid. It's in my yellow range, not my green great range, but it's in my yellow range.
It's in my yellow range. Let me see for me.
If you want, the person right above him is Jun Saito.
I have him 42nd.
All right. Who's he around?
Hiroki Goto.
Oh, that's harsh on Goto. But
Goto missed like I have 13 matches in here for Hiroki Goto. Like he didn't do that much. He was champion, but he had like 4 matches.
Yeah. Plus, you haven't seen the catch the match from this morning. To be fair,
that's true. He'll go up. Hiding.
Shut up, Uno.
John Moxley. Hiding again. Hazuki. Well, hiding again. Mystico.
Oh, that's a big hide. That's the big hide. That's the biggest hide of all of them. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that's the biggest hide. Moxley, I can see it because the first half, not first half, but like first third of the year. Yeah, he still had all the nonsense. Because that was Revolution. That was this year, right? With Edge, with Adam Copeland.
Oh, it sure was.
Yeah,
it sure was.
Hazuki, I could see is just like a person that like hasn't been used in any capacity this year.
Didn't do nothing.
Who was the other person? It wasn't Mystico. You said someone else.
Goto.
Again, a person that's just been gone a lot of the year. Mystico.
Oh shit.
Mystico is the more egregious one of like, yeah. No,
oh, there's a worse one that's underneath it.
Worse than Mystico.
Mercedes Moné.
Well, hold on. That's ironic because I have Mystico ranked number 34, and that's even probably too low. You know who's right below him?
Mercedes Moné.
Mercedes Moné, 35. She's tied with Adam Page, actually.
How about that?
And they're all right
Wrestling's
below.
Weird this year.
They're all right below MJF and Yamato.
They're below MJF?
Yeah, by one point.
I want to point out Swerve Strickland's 68th for me. So
where's Swerve? Oh, he's in the green. Green for great. 27. Super great. Right above Josh Alexander, weirdly enough. Oh my god, why is Josh so high?
What?
Why the fuck is Josh so
why is there a polar bear in Africa? That's crazy.
Anything more to say about New Japan? I think we covered it. It's look. I think what we're getting to is that like we are excited to a degree about Wrestle Kingdom. It's just sort of like the booking decisions. We're excited for like the matches in a vacuum, but the booking decisions of how we're getting here sometimes is just kind of wonky. And I think like to bring it all the way back to like AEW, I think the same thing kind of applies there as well, where it's like I'm excited to see Samoa Joe versus Hangman Adam Page. But the booking decisions of how we're getting here is kind of wonky and weird. And like, what? Let's just have a good match, you know? Good.
I'm still gonna watch the big matches. Like, I'm not just gonna shut it off. Like,
exactly.
Nothing pushes me to watch TV. Nothing pushes me to watch some preview stuff for these things right now.
Yeah.
Like I saw. Hold on. What was the match that they announced for Dynamite? By the way, this Stardom preview we're about to do is going to be my only one this week. So,
oh boy,
lock in, everybody. Mostly because I ran out of time and they announced the full card yesterday. But I digress. Hold on. AEW Dynamite.
Wait a minute. Is returning? I didn't know that.
Did you see this is very off topic. Did you see the Tenru fucking Shota Umino shirt that New Japan released?
No.
It's fucking insane.
I don't like that. I'll look that up.
You gotta see it. You gotta see it. It's so funny.
Did Eddie Kingston roll in his grave?
Probably. He's not even dead. So the match that I saw and I was like, oh, I have no interest in that, is Adam Page, Eddie Kingston, and Hook versus the Ops. I looked at that, I was like,
I pitched that after on the Wrestle Dream review. I was like,
look at you.
I'm excited about that. I have
yet to get excited about Eddie since he's come back.
I think that's fair. What I'm more excited about in that regard, and I can't believe they're doing the match first, but what I would be more excited about, Scotty, is Eddie Kingston and Samoa Joe on a microphone against each other. That gets you going, right? That gets everyone going. Why are we not doing that first?
That would make me less bored. I agree.
That would because that would make me then excited for the match, wouldn't it?
I agree. What are we looking for? Oh, you're looking for the Tenru match?
Yeah.
The Tenru shirt. I don't think you're gonna find it.
Yeah, I doubt it. I'm looking.
Unless it's on the global shop. Hold on.
New items in stock. I think I should get the Taguchi Japan shirt where it just has like Rusuke Taguchi and then it has the number 69. I think that's good. Or the Sonata shirt that says "See you next fucking time." Nice.
That's a good one.
That one actually. That one gets.
I'll take 10.
I don't see.
I don't think this actually exists.
Is it a fake shirt?
Maybe it's just AI'd. Maybe it's just a Japan only shirt, not a global.
Possibly.
Which would be wicked funny.
Yeah.
You can have this.
God. Can I hold on. This shirt sucks. Hold on. I gotta share my screen. This shirt sucks, Scotty.
Should I get the evil little action figure thingy?
This is
What is that?
This is a Rohei Oiwa shirt.
Oh, this guy's never getting pushed.
This is a Rohei Oiwa shirt. This is an X-ray of Rohei Oiwa, the grip, and him watching it as a skeleton doctor tells him about it.
This got to be the worst shirt of all time.
Scotty, there's a back.
No.
Back to the shirt.
No, I changed my screen. What? Who's designing his shirts? Yo.
Dude, this looks like this. Have you ever played I think it's called TKO on like a Jackbox Party Pack? Like those games where you have to draw a picture and it goes on a shirt. This is what this looks like. This is like I drew a picture on my phone.
I found it. I found it.
Sucks ass.
Hold on. Sharing screen. We're not here.
What the fuck is that comment? What the fuck
That's
is that
the
comment?
blob from that movie.
So this is on sale for the Gifu
at the request of the wrestlers.
Sure, buddy. Whatever you tell me.
Look at that shirt. Who's buying that?
Tenru and Shota Umino. The worst collab I've ever seen in my life.
We're naked.
God. Anyways, let's close up the shop here. Stardom. They have speak of the shop. Talking straight. Talking
the wrong
shop.
Button. My bad.
November 3rd, tomorrow. Crimson Nightmare. It's a classic Stardom show where it's a color followed by a dream kind of thing. A sleep thing. Crimson Nightmare. What was it last year? Was red something, blue, whatever color something. Anyways,
I don't know.
This is matches that I'm seeing on Wikipedia so far.
It's not sold out.
Not sold out. Saya Kamatani, not a draw anymore? Question mark?
It'll be fine.
The matches I see on Wikipedia announced so far are as follows: Saki Kashima versus Bozilla.
That is correct.
Mei Sara versus Hazuki.
Yeah.
Pump up the ratings for the high-speed title.
Pump it up.
Starlight Kid versus Konami for the Wonder of Stardom title.
Again.
And then, of course, finally, Saya Kamitani versus Momo Watanabe for the World of Stardom Championship and the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. And if I'm not mistaken, this is also the cash-in from the 5-star.
Oh, it sure is, bud. It sure is.
Not sold out.
Not sold out.
Tomorrow. Otis City Gymnasium.
They'll have a nice walk-up, but this 4 section's not sold out, which is very unique for Stardom these days.
Unique in a negative way?
Defending. Yeah, because when Saya's defending, it's like, hey, we sold out.
Yeah.
That's
Do you think this probably does more? Doesn't help a sort of Momo case in any sort of way?
Buddy. Everyone sit down. I've been waiting to talk about this for so long, and I just never got to do it. So
the floor is yours.
Yeah, there has never been a worse booked world title match.
Keep in mind, we just dogged on the Tsuji to catch the match.
Oh, that stinks. But like I said earlier, Bushiroad's the problem. So like you don't know this because like you don't follow the week to week, because you're a normal person. So they had one preview match before yesterday. They have known this is the title match for 2 months.
Well, I don't know. I would argue against known.
Well, it was decided upon whenever Saya last defended.
I'll see if I can look that up.
Against Bea Priestley.
That was maybe a month ago.
Which, by the way, Bea Priestley's been gone for the past month because she went home. She's coming back on this show.
I'm looking up the title defense for Saya Kamitani on that.
Was Bea really the last one?
Yeah, Bea Priestley, September 6th.
Okay, it's November 2nd.
2 months. You're right, 2 months.
Yeah, they've had 2 months to build up this match, and the angle at the Corkin last week. You ready for this?
Hit me.
They blamed on microphone publicly.
Bushiroad, finally?
They blamed Taro Okada for not booking preview matches. So they did one yesterday. That is the angle.
So the poor attendance is not on the wrestlers, but rather on the booker.
Correct.
The promoter. That's the angle.
I think it's just on everyone. Because there's a lot of history you could take from in this feud, like the fact that they were in Queen's Quest together, Momo turned on Queen's Quest.
The fact that it's a double gold dash.
It's not a double gold dash.
In a way. 2 titles are on the line.
Oh, I guess you're right. I forgot the New Japan Strong exists. But yeah, so there's a lot of history, like when they did that cage match when Queen's Quest might have ended and, Saya said no to Momo and grabbed Utami's hand, blah, blah, blah. Love story. Last year when they did the Queen's Quest versus Oedo Tai match, and remember Momo, you might not remember this, but Momo faked joining Saya Kamitani to help just to still turn on her at the end of the match. And then they just got back together as a faction. Momo did a interview this week at Tokyo Sports. She's like, "Yeah, Saya Kamitani is always surpassing me." I was like, "Why are you saying that? Like, why are you just admitting to this?"
Yeah,
which is true, by the way. There's no heat. There's no excitement for a match that I had said after Tam retired was probably the biggest match you could do for Saya in terms of a story match, right? Because of the history they have, the things you can work off of, turning Momo babyface. Essentially, all we've really gotten before the preview match, which was yesterday, which by the way ended in disqualification. And it wasn't
worth it.
Disqualification for Ruaka. But like all we got was like they would randomly like not be on the same page when they're teaming, and then they'd be like fine, and they'd win, and everything's fine. That was most of the build. This is the 5-star Grand Prix winner, your biggest tournament of the year. Challenging already a month early, right? We're already doing this, not a queendom. We've skipped that idea, but you're challenging the biggest wrestler possibly in Japan right now in terms of popularity and all that, right? Saya Kamitani's massive. And that's your story.
Well, you know what that tells me, Scotty, partly. The continuation of the degradation of the 5-star tournament.
Oh,
This tournament does not, I'll say it again, fucking matter at all. It didn't matter last year, and now it matters less. That's what you're telling me, it matters less?
Stardom has no care about any of their tournaments.
No.
They
they're just New Japan. That's why I'm saying it's a Bushiroad issue. This
it is a
junior tag, and then with the champions winning, and they went undefeated, beating everyone.
Well, hey, I mean the World Tag League starts Thursday, and they don't even have a line. Not World Tag League, the Stardom one, and there's not a single thing announced. Sari will be in it. Fun fact, which is cool. But yeah, this is the overarching point, right? We have very clearly dismissed the idea of the biggest matches for Saya Kamitani to protect her, but now we're protecting her in a way where we're not doing stories, we're not doing angles, we're doing nothing. There is the biggest possible match for a 5-star winner against world champion, faction mates, people with so much history, and the story has been, why aren't we doing a preview match? Why, you are so much better than me, Saya.
You know what that
you're her senior. Have some shame.
You know what that tells me? Right now, the biggest match they can do at the end of the year is Saya Kamitani versus Taro Okada.
No shit.
Because that's the story that they're building.
Yeah, that's probably what Taro wants to do. I saw the Tekla feud. Yeah, no, it just sucks. Yeah. It just sucks. Like, I said this to someone yesterday. I should be hyped. I should be wanting to wake up for this show tomorrow on a day where I have work. I have all these things I have to do.
Yeah.
I don't care. You know why? Because Saya Kamitani told me at a press conference a few weeks ago for Wrestle Kingdom, none of this matters. Nothing matters. She's beating Momo Watanabe. Yeah. Momo Watanabe might not even turn. She just might accept it and go right back into hate. Nothing matters. This is the coldest a hot company could be.
At Bloody Money 47 on YouTube writes, someone from Hate is getting kicked out tomorrow. I already know who that person is. What is this? What is this about?
I mean, that has to mean Momo. If that doesn't happen, then this is really bad. Like this the funniest result of all this is they just beat each other, shake hands, and move on.
Which I think is likely.
It feels the most likely right now.
The company, I mean, Bushiroad, the company itself, like hasn't necessarily been across both the regimes of Ogawa and Okada. Not really the biggest Momo fans. And Momo is probably like only in this spot because Mercedes wanted to work with her a bunch. Right?
Maybe. I mean,
and then, like I said, downgrading her from, not getting the big match at the end of the year like they did with Zack Sabre Jr. and Takeshita with their G1 tournament, and just throwing it together like, oh, they don't really care. I don't get the sense they care about Momo in any capacity.
But the difference is those two still got to be in the match.
Sure.
Sure. Momo's not going to be in the match at Queendom.
Yeah.
And the Queendom, and here's the thing, the Queendom match doesn't even matter anymore. Yeah. It's about Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. We talked about it. It's like, well, what's that match? If they're doing Momo here, they're doing. I mean, we just said like Shuri maybe at Wrestle Kingdom. What is this one? And if it's not even Shuri at Wrestle Kingdom, they do it at Queendom at the end of the year. What is the Wrestle Kingdom one? You know, what is the more important match that you want to showcase Saya Kamatani on?
For them, it's definitely Wrestle Kingdom. Nothing matters.
Yeah,
nothing. I've been saying this for a long time. It's now just finally fully showing in every brand.
Yep.
Yeah. There's no excitement for what should be your biggest world title match of the year, or at least second, right? Stinks. Absolutely stinks. And when the angle is, why didn't you book these matches? It's like you're admitting you guys failed at this build.
Correct.
Which is crazy. Why would you admit that? You're in a time publicly that you were doing everything in your power to try and get Saya Kamatani this MVP award. And you are, I feel like, doing everything that hurts it on accident.
Well, that's why I said like the protection angle is this draw. This show is not drawing. It's like a chicken egg thing. This show is not drawing. It can't be Sai. We can't project that Sai Kamatani is not able to draw this house. So who is to blame? Is it Momo or is it the booker? Well, let's just make it the booker because they can take the heat, right? And by doing so, the creative decision we're going to make to playing the booker is not build the show anymore. Just decidingly to not build it whatsoever because it doesn't matter. And then actively tell us that none of these things matter. Why, if I was a Japanese citizen, fan of Stardom, would I, Scotty, buy a ticket to the show when in multiple different ways they are telling me this show doesn't matter?
You're right.
And look,
when you're right.
We've talked about it on and off air, but when you're protecting Saya Kamatani so much that it is actively potentially hurting your promotion, you need to stop and move on to someone else.
I mean, they openly avoided the biggest match humanly possible.
Yeah.
Very, very openly, very clearly. There is no World Saya versus Saris happening now. That is why I watched her already walk back into Marigold, right?
That's why I saw her kick the shit out of Shiaki Goto.
Yeah, like they opened the door for that match to be a real possibility with real heat and real excitement, and they shut it. For what reason? I don't understand. To protect Saya Kamatani.
Protecting Saya Kamatani.
But like, that's what I don't understand. How are you protecting her by booking the biggest match where she's going to win? It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. It's so frustrating.
Because they lost the plot. The goal is to make Sai Kamatani win the Women's MVP award, even an award that doesn't even really matter.
No, they don't want her to win the Women's MVP. They want her to win the MVP.
Oh, my apologies. They want her to win the MVP.
She's not the Women's MVP.
Plausible, certainly plausible, right? But then they also want. So by doing so, they have to protect her in any sort of negative things, but they are losing the plot where it's like an Ouroboros wrapping around its own tail, where by overly protecting her, you're now harming her.
Yep. I'm pretty sure Takesha's taking it now. Anyways. G1, world title.
Done. Great matches all year.
And he's New Japan.
I mean, bigger attendance, just looking at pure numbers, right?
And New Japan. That alone, that takes the cake. I don't know.
You would have a bigger match if you did Saya Kamatani versus Suri at the end of the year. I think that's actually before the award or after the award.
Yeah, but this was the show you were supposed to do it in my mind. Like ever since this show was announced, I said this is where you do it. You do Sai and Sari here, and then you do Momo at Queendom because it'll be past the voting. Everything's done. Yeah. Sari broke these people's brains last year. And she breaks Stardom fans' brains to this day. But like when she won that Women's MVP award, they just seemingly lost it, and it stinks. it just stinks. People are gonna, I get enough fucking noise of, oh, you just hate Stardom. No, I hate what they're doing.
No, we hate Bushiroad.
Yeah, no, I hate Bushiroad.
We're putting a lot of the blame on Bushiroad stuff.
Like Saya Kamatani is undeniably this massive star who they are putting in bubble wrap for some reason. She doesn't need to be put in bubble wrap. She needs to be doing what she was doing for a lot of this year, and that's having these great matches, having these big solo crowds, and these awesome moments. And I don't know why they just stopped.
I think it's part of the reason they stopped is because they ran out of ideas, and then now just trying to like hamster wheel her to the rewards.
There is a discussion to be had. They ran out of ideas the moment Tam Nakano retired, buddy. Because her reign since then has not been much. Okay, that's the thing that I think people overlook. Saya Kamatani has had this title since Queendom last year, right?
Yeah.
Her title matches since Tam Nakano have been. Oh, she defended against Azumi. That's right.
Yeah,
I knew I forgot one, but these have been her. She's had 4. Tam retired in April. She's had 4 title matches since then.
Yeah.
Sayaka Carrara.
Was that the
Cinderella cash in?
Yeah.
Natsupoi, who felt like the only actual story. Bea Priestley.
Woo!
and Azumi.
Yeah.
That is it.
Which is where she won the New Japan Women's Strong.
2 of those matches happened in the same month. Otherwise, 2 defenses outside of 1 month since April.
Yeah, I am fearful.
They have pay-per-views every month, by the way.
I am fearful that everything that they're doing at this last quarter of the year, this last fiscal quarter, is going to start to undo the big draw stuff for Saya Kamatani, and Stardom may go down next year.
Her being on national TV and stuff or whatever is great.
Queendom is really going to sell that though.
This week, Queendom's going to do a great ticket. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, but my question is Queendom going to do better or worse than last year? That's my question.
Oh, I think it'll do better for sure. Only because I think a lot of people already bought tickets. Like those tickets went on sale a while ago, and international fans are coming in. So I think that show is going to be a home run. But it's how they set up from there that I think decides next year. That's why I kind of keep it at an arm's length type thing so far. But like their biggest problem is who's next. I've said this for months. Who's number 2 in this company? No one's mattered. And by the way, just to give this to you, Ryan, I'm pretty sure Konami's beating Starlight Kid.
What? What? Why?
Well, it's the second time they're doing this in the feud. Konami has a feud where she took out Hanan, who I think they want to be their next person or try and
have her look weak by getting beaten down. Sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, she has not wrestled since she got taken out.
Of course, the old MGF.
Of course, yep. And it's just a feeling. We don't run back title matches unless someone's winning.
Yeah.
And they are very randomly running back SLK versus Konami. But I also think it's a 2-parter. I think it also opens up Starlight Kid for Saya Kamatani sometime next year, which is a match that I think they want to do. Everything's about feeding Saya Kamatani, baby.
Have we at all considered? Hear me
that
out
Konami
here.
Should not be champion? Yes, I consider it daily.
Have we at all considered a proper double gold dash for Queendom?
I think it's definitely out there. I think it's definitely possible.
I mean,
speaking of double gold dashes, baby.
You pitch Konami versus Saya Kamatani, and I'm sitting here being like, or we can do a double gold dash of Starlight Kid.
Let me throw a curveball at you. Let me throw a curveball at you. Wonder of Stardom title on Queendom, world title on Wrestle Kingdom.
Double gold dash. That's a proper double gold dash. That's a 2-night event.
And you get 2 title matches out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Double gold.
Actually, best scenario, Sai Kamatani beats Starlight Kid on Queendom and beats Shuri on Wrestle King.
And has all belts, has 4 belts.
Every belt.
And then Mercedes Moné walks out saying, "What are you trying to do?"
Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are?
Oh god. That might be it. If Konami doesn't win, that's it. I think that's absolutely it.
Well, that's Ring Post Radio for us, folks. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Scotty messaged me saying he's not sure if we'll get the 2 hours, and me pitching that idea was the 2 hour mark. So thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's episode of Ring Post Radio. We appreciate it. Obviously, took a tiny little delay, fell apart at the seams physically for me, and sleepily, I guess, for Scotty, since he had to sleep off his hit the wedding, all the groomsmen activities. So we're back. We'll be back next week with an all new episode of Ring Post Radio, where Scotty and I will be discussing the full ballots that we have received, or not received, but turned into Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame. They are due this Saturday, Scotty, if you have not turned in your ballots. But that is where we will make our official public. This is what we turned into, Dave. And we will talk about all that next week. We'll talk about all of that. I don't know if that'll be the entire episode. If not, we'll certainly review Crimson Nightmare. We'll probably preview Blood and Guts as well. But we'll see how long that sort of conversation went. Obviously we already did a little bit of that sort of conversation, but we'll close out that Hall of Fame discussion until, I guess, the results are announced, which I don't know when the results are going to be announced, Scotty, but I kind of feel like Dave might get it by the 14th or the 21st of November, just because it's we got Full Gear, we got Survivor, then a week after that is Survivor Series, and a week after that is Final Battle, and then a week after that is the Cena's retirement show. I was and then at that point it's December 19th, where it's Dave doesn't have a big thing to write about, and it's maybe the Hall of Fame could be quickly, especially if he's counting. Because if I recall, last year the Hall of Fame results came in quick last year.
So they were out within 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, so I could see it being on the 21st.
Excuse me, I'm pretty sure you missed NXT Gold Rush and all of that.
Speaking about double Gold Rush, speaking about all the champions, did you see that picture? All the champions holding the belts,
the former AEW wrestlers.
Yeah, good for them. Good for them. I'm glad that
it is kind of crazy to see all 3 men's world champions be former AEW.
Yeah, it is genuinely pretty crazy.
And it also kind of speaks to AEW running with the wrong guys for a long time. That they're all not there anymore.
Well, I mean, if I had to push back a little bit, the only defense I would say is that if Punk is AEW and also WWE, but also 100% would not have this title if it wasn't for Rollins doing something dumb.
Correct.
So next week we'll talk about our Hall of Fames, and then potentially as well Blood and Guts and Crimson Nightmare. Scotty, match of the week, give us some plugs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a Crimson Nightmare tomorrow.
What the heck does that?
I don't know. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Shush.
Gonna have a bloody stool.
What the fuck? Yeah. Pull yourself out of the building. Why did you say that? Oh God. YouTube.com. All right, guys. I'm just gonna have the recording. Can you imagine? I just pressed off.
I'm just here. I'll help you out.
You're Chin Yoda.
Oh, interesting. I don't know why.
You come back. I need you back.
Scotty, I'll give you the plugs. My plugs.
Yeah.
Listen to the Ring Post Radio Review podcast. Listen to the ballot. We put out a bunch of episodes in October. I did 2 bonus kind of episode sort of things where I struggled through my thoughts on the ballot. And I ended with a sort of 90% certain this is what it'll be. But, I have a week or a couple days to think about it as well. So I'll let you all know what that will be. So listen to the ballot to hear me struggle through the entire ballot for the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame. Subscribe to the podcast Ring Post Radio wherever you get podcasts. Subscribe to the YouTube channel wherever you get YouTube channels. Follow us on social media if you dare. Spooky, but don't forget it's a spooky episode. My match of the week, because wrestling has been quite boring recently, I'm watching old World Class Championship Wrestling 1983, the Freebirds versus the Von Erich feud stuff. And I watched from I don't remember what episode on Peacock this was, but it is the January 21st, 1983 show, World Class. The main event being the NWA American Heavyweight title, Terry Gordy versus Kevin Von Erich. I thought it was pretty good. Maybe like a 3.5, maybe a 3 3/4, probably 3.5 star match. Pretty solid. Kevin Von Erich is strange to watch for some reason for me, wrestling. But Terry Gordy is also Terry Gordy. Yeah, so that's that. Scotty, plugs, match of the week.
Plugs, youtube.com/@ScottEWrestling. I have a full Grand Destiny review up there if you didn't listen to it for some reason.
If you dare, or rather, it's a spooky episode. If you scare, that was more Scooby-Doo.
That was very Scooby.
That was more Scooby-Doo than
good Scooby though. That was a good Scooby.
What's the dude from Tales from the Crypt? That's probably too old of a reference for old Scotty here.
Yeah, it is. I'm not that old.
Should I do my Scooby impression again?
Yeah, it was good. Do it again.
Got a little bassy at the end there.
Scooby Dooby Doo. Yeah, I'll have a Crimson Nightmare review up Tuesday. I'm gonna record it tomorrow night.
The Crypt.
My match of the week. I could pick anything. I haven't been here in weeks.
That's true.
I don't know. There's nothing that jumps off the page that we
Nothing. What was your favorite match of Wrestle Dream?
The tag.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Brodido tag.
What'd you give on that? I went 4 1/4.
Me too. It's the only match I went 4 and above.
Only match you went 4 and above. I went 4 on Briscoe and Fletcher.
Yeah, no, that's the only one I almost did. My match of the week, man. What the frick? Nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened from this week, man.
Mm-hmm. You can count Wrestle Dream if you like. Did you watch the Go Shiozaki Kento Miyahara match?
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. I'll pick that.
Well, there we go. I have not seen it yet. I need to catch up on All Japan. I've been meaning to do that for quite a while.
Shiozaki in All Japan. Don't like it.
Really?
It feels wrong.
Oh, interesting. Okay, it feels wrong. Okay, different than like
he's in a faction with Odyssey Jones and Zion Quinn.
That's the real feels wrong part of it all.
The guy tweeted Halloween Havoc the other day because that's the
Go Shiozaki tweeted about Halloween Havoc.
No. The faction he's in is called Havoc, and on Halloween he tweeted Halloween Havoc.
At least he's doing something, At least he's doing something.
Debatable. Hey, look it! Wait a minute! Hold on! I have to press the right button. Look it! I made Mark bigger. Shout out to Mark.
All right. Well, let's get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's episode of Ring Post Radio. Like we said, we'll be back next week with an all-new episode talking Hall of Fame, really? Blood and Guts,
sure
Crimson New Way.
We don't like to make those promises anymore.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Until next week, goodbye, everybody. Have a good one, and of course, enjoy your Taco Bell.